Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFFT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Here with Adam.
Hey guys.
And we finally made it out here for a nice quick day trip to Fiesta, Texas. We're actually here for the Last Call Summer Festival, where they have Oktoberfest inspired food and adult beverages. So we're going to give you guys a big review of that, kind of show you how it works. I know it's the last weekend, but since we missed the All-American Food Festival, we wanted to try to get here for the last weekend to show you guys that. We're going to walk around the park, give you all kinds of updates with things happening around the park, talk about the new ride, and most importantly, we're going to talk about Fright Fest and all of the changes, all of the progress they've made. This isn't going to be the only Fright Fest video. I will make a dedicated guide video for Fright Fest, but this is going to give you guys a great look as we come on to the opening weekend of Fright Fest, which is coming right up. So sit back, relax, try to stay cool while we sweat to death here at Fiesta, Texas, and let's go into the park.
Yeah, let's do this.
So right as we walk into Los Festivales, you can see that this new Coca-Cola refill station is still under construction. They're working hard getting that set up so you can get a quick refill at this location. And you can see that the new Los Festivales gift shop is open, and we'll kind of take a deeper look into that. And we'll quickly take a look. You can see it's really just kind of your standard t-shirts and hats and some jewelry, sunglasses, really all kinds of stuff that gets you kind of started for your day, but nothing really out of the ordinary with this shop. It is nice to have this, and of course you can buy your Wonder Woman Coaster Dynamics Nano coaster model here. You don't have to go all the way back to Wonder Woman anymore, which is nice. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, I guess this is Adam's first time seeing these. So they have Iron Rattler too. Did you know that, Adam?
No.
Yeah, we'll have to find that later.
Cool.
And as we further down into Los Festivales, you can see that the skulls hanging above the main pathway here have made their arrival, as we are really close to Fright Fest. And this is always a nice touch as you're walking in, nice and spooky, and really sets the tone for the day. Here in Texas State Square, the Soul Harvest Scare Zone returns. You have your giant pumpkin man and your spooky barn. I really liked this scare zone. It had a lot of bizarre animals in it. We'll have to see kind of what they add this year, but it looks good. I like it. And of course, at nighttime during Fright Fest, it gets real spooky over here. Here's a look at Teatro Fiesta, which is the outdoor theater here in Los Festivales, and they're actually getting ready for Noches de los Muertos, which will be a new show for Fright Fest. I do believe it mainly features the band, but we'll have to see. But I do like all of the little kind of details they've put along the walls. You can see like a crystal ball in that flower, have really cool skulls and cobwebs and things, all hand painted stuff. Got an eyeball over there, so really looking forward to this. And as always, they've done a great job making this look good for the upcoming show. And as we leave Teatro Fiesta, you can see Boomerang here. This is actually down for refurb right now, so we don't really know what the details are of that. I'm sure it has to do some kind of scheduled refurb since the park is open year-round now. But they did kind of make it sound like some extra stuff was going to happen with it, so we'll have to just kind of keep an eye out on it, see if maybe it gets a new coat of paint or something like that. We made our way through Crack Axle Canyon and we're here at Sundance Theater. Just wanted to point out really quick, this is where the Creature Feature 2 show is going to be during Fright Fest. So as you can see, it fits along with the vacation kind of overlay they've given this theater. So we're looking forward to that show. And we'll swing across Adam's space. And right here at Roadrunner Express is the entrance to Slaughterhouse 6. You can see they already have the signage up. And there are no new haunted houses this year, but all of the houses that were here last year are returning, and there are definitely some pretty fun ones. Another fun thing to point out is the fact that the snake statue is back out front at the entrance of Iron Rattler, and that might tell you how long we haven't been here. So it's been a minute. And we were just over here by Iron Rattler and Roadrunner Express. As you wind your way through Crack Axle Canyon, you run into the Buried Alive Haunted House, another returning house, and this is your main entrance here. Random building fronts here in Crack Axle Canyon have the themed Halloween netting, so it's coming along really nicely. I'm sure that there are going to be some additions as we get closer to next week. But one of the important things that is returning is the Arrival. As you guys remember, last year they did the Awakening, where they had the monsters release kind of park-wide, and I guess it wasn't everyone's favorite thing, so they are bringing back the Arrival, where the monsters will ride in on the train here in Crack Axle Canyon, come out here at Whistle Stop and terrorize you before they head to their scare zones. And a couple things to point out is they have an upgraded sound system out here, and you can see there are speakers up on the top, and there are actually fire cannons on the roof. So this is going to be a very exciting way to introduce the monsters each night during Fright Fest. As you make your way down from Whistle Stop, where the Arrival will be taking place, you end up in front of Gully Washer, which is actually the Blood Bayou outdoor haunted house. So at night, Gully Washer closes and its queue line becomes a haunted house. And as we get to the end of Crack Axle Canyon, at the beginning of Spotsburg, you have the Aftermath scare zone, and you can see all kinds of stuff has popped up here. It looks like this might pretty much be done. They do have the tunnel here all decorated up with Halloween goodies and a lot more fencing, which makes me think they're going to try to do a lot more effective kind of monster hiding in here. So it's going to be interesting. This one is always, I don't know, it's intense to walk through, but not necessarily much happens. It's just atmospheric wise very intense. And one other thing to point out is that we did find out that Kidsopolis will be getting a renovation of some kind. We don't really know what the theme will be. We do know that it's probably not going to be DC Comics or Looney Tunes, so we'll have to see what they come up with. It said they're going to add more landscaping, shade structures, put in a lot of fresh paint, so looking forward to that because it's definitely kind of the more interestingly looking part of the park as far as what looks good and what doesn't. Probably most important thing that's happened since we've been here last is the Joker Carnival of Chaos and DC Supervillains Swing is open. As you can see, everyone is waiting to enter the funhouse, and the hand is waving, asking you to come in. So we're gonna ride this for sure. We're riding it. We just rode the Joker Carnival of Chaos. What do you think?
So I'm going to tell you, the larger models are really intense. I really enjoyed it. It's got more of a forceful swing. You definitely get more of that air time. I was a little terrified with all the objects and the cliff wall and the trees and everything nearby. It kind of made it intense. You kind of felt like you were just going to hit the stuff or fly out of the seats. I mean, it was a really good ride. I really, really enjoyed it.
I promise not to tell anyone how much screaming you did.
That may or may not have happened. I think it was the girl next to me, I swear.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course, you know. I would never scream on a ride.
We actually ran into Park President Jeffrey Siebert, and he brought us in to Lone Star Lil's Amphitheater to take a look at the new set for Monster Mash Bash. And as you can see, it has a circus theme, very cool. 2 screens, one right here and one opposite. And there's actually a hanging piece here in the center. And I'd love to know in the comments below if you guys can spot or piece together which old ride that is from. You can also see the fabrics hanging from the top of the stage structure. This is actually where they'll have some aerial effects, people hanging themselves up in the air. So very cool. It's going to be a very fun show. All right, folks, we have our last call summer festival passport. As you can see here, it comes with 15 credits, and we actually purchased this at this information booth here, which is right next to the Simply Southern booth. There are games here on the other side, and Singerfest Hall is right in the background, so we are in the Spassburg section. And we did have a dining pass, so you get 3 bonus credits. The way that this works is this shows you kind of all the locations and what everything costs, and I'll just try to kind of open it to a random page, and you can see here, so if we wanted the creamy mac and cheese Conewitch, that's 4 credits, and if you go to the last page, which Adam is helping us with, you can see this is where all of your credits are to punch. So each one equals 1 credit. Each food and drink item costs a certain amount of credits. This was a little over $32. You don't get any kind of discount on it, but that's okay. It's a food festival, and it's more about the experience than anything, so we are very excited to try it out. So there are actually 2 booths here in Sangerfest Hall, which is the big food court, and I'll show you guys here. Now keep in mind, you can purchase food items with cash, but it is a little bit of a better deal to use your punches. So you can see here we have grilled bratwurst, currywurst, and then all of your beer samples. So I think I'm gonna try the currywurst, honestly. So that's definitely something I've never had. I'm big on trying things I've never had. So I was gonna do the currywurst, but unfortunately it did not look edible, and it's a little discouraging. But here at the next booth in here, the Beer-Battered Booth, is you have mozzarella bites and Gouda, beer-battered mushrooms, and a beer cheese stuffed pretzel. So maybe I'll try the pretzel. They don't have pretzels either?
They don't have any of the mushroom or the mozzarella bites either.
But do they have the pretzel? Do you know? Okay, so they have the pretzel. Let's try to do that. So here's a look at the pretzel. It does come with the cheese, and it's filled with cheese. That is promising. It is different than the typical pretzels you do get in the park. So see what Adam thinks. Is it pretty good? Yeah, not bad. It's essentially a $6 pretzel. So okay. Awesome.
It looks like it has cheese on the outside too. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay. It does have cheese on the inside, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, focus in on that cheese. Okay. So hopefully this is the only booth we go to where there are food problems, because we're a little bit discouraged right now. Just wanted to point out here on the end of the Sangerfest Hall food court, there's a construction wall. I'm fairly positive that this is going to be a refill station for the souvenir drink bottles. This is on the wall where the Grand Carousel is. So these right here are the IPA brew battered Gouda and mozzarella bites. There were 3 credits. They did actually come out with some more food while we were eating our pretzel, but I don't think the other things at the booth will be available. But hey, we have these to try. So Adam, take a bite.
Those are pretty good.
Pretty decent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I like them.
Okay. All right. So those 2 booths were here in Sangerfest Hall. Here's the front of Sangerfest Hall. We're actually going to swing around past the statue fountain, and there are 2 booths over here. One of them is the Spice It Up booth, and we'll get a little bit closer to take a look at the menu. Here's a look at what they have here at the Spice It Up booth. You have spicy glazed pork ribs, hot and spicy steak kebabs, and the Korean barbecue meatballs. Of course, you have some beer, so I kind of want the meatballs. So let's see if we can make that happen. Right across from the Spice It Up booth is the Maximum Bacon booth, and here's a look at their menu. They have the creamy mac and cheese conwich with bacon ears, bacon wrapped mac dog, fried mac and cheese bites, and apparently the conwich, they are out of the cone right now.
They're going to be bringing some in a minute.
They're going to be bringing some in a minute, so it's...
So we're going to do the mac and cheese bites.
The spectacle continues. What do you think, Adam? Pretty good?
I mean, they're pretty good.
So here's a look at the mac and cheese bites without them being bit into. And then we went ahead and got the Korean, the Korean glazed meatballs with sesame seeds. And then you have the spicy glazed pork ribs, which are right here. So these 2 right here were 3 credits a piece. The ribs were 4 credits, just so you guys can keep track of how much things are costing. Okay, Adam. Oh, the sun. There we go. Is it good? Yeah?
They're really juicy, yeah. Look at that.
All of that. Let me try to zoom in on those ribs there. Yeah, that actually does look really good. So, yeah. Nice. All right, I think I'm going to try the mac and cheese bites. Then I'll try the meatballs after that. All right, guys, it's nice and hot and sweaty. So I'm going to eat something nice and hot and fried. I have to agree with Adam. It does need some kind of dipping sauce, but the food itself is actually pretty good. It just has a little bit of a spice.
Yeah.
Has a little bit of spice in it, but it doesn't hit you until after the fact. So that's kind of nice that it has more than just your normal average seasoning. But yeah, it does need a dipping sauce, but still very good, very good selection. All right, Adam is going to try the meatball next. He's eyeing it pretty hard. Yeah, not bad.
It's pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, that's just really good.
What is the spice factor since it came from the Spice It Up booth?
Not terribly spicy. Maybe like a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10? Okay. So kind of what you would expect at a place where they've got to feed a ton of people.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
all different.
I wouldn't say it was like super spicy.
Okay, awesome. I'll try it out next. All right, here's the meatball. I like whatever is on the... I like whatever the sauce is. It's very different. I keep looking this way because Adam's sitting right here.
It's like a teriyaki sauce.
But since we're both eating the same thing, I like to compare and contrast with Adam. But yeah, it's like a teriyaki sauce, not something commonly found on a meatball, but actually works out really well. Very yummy. All right, folks, perhaps the messiest item we've had so far, and I don't mean that in a bad way, is this rib. It's pretty good. So the rib is actually cooked really well. It's very tender. I do wish there was a little bit more of a flavor though, but I think that's just coming from someone who eats barbecued ribs all the time. There's definitely a little spice. It is spicier than the meatball for sure, but like I said, I'm only being critical about the taste. The rib itself is actually very delicious. And it is about the spice, right? So you are getting that. Now on the back end, I will say there is a little bit more of a flavor. Because the spice kind of hits you right away, and then there's kind of a back end flavor. So maybe there is a little more flavor. You just got to kind of indulge a little bit more. Here is a look at this mac and cheese with bacon ears Conewich situation, and oh my gosh, it's like a cone with mac and cheese and then pieces of bacon and then bacon bits, and it looks like it's gonna be a lot to handle. But Adam actually picked his up already, so we're gonna see. Yeah, how do you eat that? How do you eat that? How do you even eat that, man? Oh, that is... Some choices are being made. Adam went... Oh my. That's a lot to handle.
I mean, that's pretty epic.
Is it? Is it really that good? Best thing you've had so far?
I love bacon.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got a little bias going there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a messy one right there, but sounds like it's worth it for old Adam here. Okay, folks, I'm going to try to eat this less crazy than Adam did, so I actually kind of cut some of it up. I really like the cone.
Tell me about the bacon.
Let me get a piece of the bacon.
You gotta put it in your mouth.
I will. If I can pick it up without creating mass nastiness. It's pretty good. One thing I'm gonna say, the more of this food we're eating combined with the heat and stuff, it's starting to weigh in on me. I am glad we rode Joker first because I don't think I could do this food festival and then ride any rides. Like it's yeah, once we eat all this food, it's very heavy, very like salty and just dense. So I'm not saying it's bad food. I'm just saying be ready. If they bring this festival back in the future, plan accordingly. So as you swing around the corner from Coaster Candy, go past Studio 6F, there are 2 more booths over here. There is a Cocktail Bites booth, and we'll show you the menu here, which has the shrimp cocktail and the cocktail chicken wings, and obviously everything has some kind of beverage. And there is just strictly a brews booth over there, which is really just a bunch of beers on tap. I'm gonna be honest with you all, the food that we've eaten so far, I am really full. Adam, are you really full? Well, he's dancing it off. But we're actually going to skip these items, and we're going to swing around the corner over here to go to the dessert booth.
Yes!
So this is your last booth right here. It's the Bavarian Delights, excuse me. And I'll show you the menu here. As you can see, they have German chocolate cake a la mode. Comes with vanilla ice cream, and then they have cheesecake on a stick. And then a lot of the alcoholic beverages they have are kind of dessert based. So we're actually, I think I'm going to try that chocolate cake. I'm not sure what Adam's getting, but we will find out. So here is a look at that German chocolate cake with the vanilla ice cream. That is a very gratuitous serving. And the cheesecake on a stick actually came in a box, so we're gonna have to pop the box open, see what that looks like.
We're doing an unboxing.
Oh, Adam is doing a special unboxing. Ooh, do you hear that? It's ASMR.
Ooh, and inside the box is a bag. Hello.
Adam didn't get the hint that we're doing ASMR right now. He's yelling. Come on, Adam, open it. Oh, whoa.
Ready for this? Ready for the big reveal?
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
It's a lot smaller than I was expecting.
Okay. This is a family show, kids.
Alright, I'm gonna take a bite now. Okay?
Let's do it. Is it frozen?
It's frozen.
Taste alright? Yeah?
Welcome.
Nice. Any other thoughts? Reflections?
So these actually come in 2 flavors. They have one with cherry.
Oh yes, good
Cherry and
point.
chocolate, and this is the one with the chocolate chunks.
Yeah, so you can't get the cherry and chocolate. We decided to do the more regular cheesecake with the chocolate chunks in it, and looks like Adam's really enjoying
It's
himself.
actually really good, yeah.
So,
I like
recommend?
Yeah.
All right, let's actually try this German chocolate cake now before it melts. Okay, friends. Well, right when I scooped it, it kind of came right apart, which is a good sign.
It's moist.
Try to get some more of the topping. That's good. Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna say it in German. It's German chocolate cake.
Yeah, German chocolate cake. That's good. Oh wait, that's like Austrian, right? Never mind. Let's try the good vanilla ice cream too. It's very decent, isn't it?
Really good.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that.
That might be the best thing we've eaten.
That's a big old piece of chocolate cake. Like
Yeah.
that's a big piece. And it was only what, 3 credits?
3, yeah. So $6 technically?
Yeah. That's a good deal.
Which actually, if you have a dining pass, stuff isn't quite $2 a credit. So if you kind of look at it that way, and they didn't. I feel like they're supposed to scan our passes and like maybe take the dining credits, but they didn't. So we just kind of like, if we wanted to go get food somewhere else because they didn't scan the pass, we could. I'm not sure if they're supposed to take your credits or not, but oh, Adam is just he is just losing his mind right now. All right, friends, let's try this cheesecake covered in chocolate situation. got some cheesecake. It's pretty good. It was much more ice creamy than I was imagining it would be. But 2 credits, pretty good for 2 credits for sure. All right, so honestly, we are like really full. We have a fair amount of punches left, so we're gonna start doing beer samples. First one we're doing is this October Fiesta one.
By Freetail.
Yeah.
In Brewing, Colorado.
And if you guys have watched my videos for a while, you know that I don't really drink, so this is gonna be an interesting experience.
I do.
So this is a sample of beer, which is not a small cup of beer by any means. I'll try to, Adam is selfieing his beer, and you can see that's like half a can almost. Let's have him try it, the October Fiesta.
It's good. It's got the taste of an Oktoberfest, but it's almost got like a lager taste too. It's good. I like it.
I don't know what he's talking about, but for all you beer folks, I'm sure you got that. So
I smell notes of acorns and leaves
Wow.
and pumpkin spice.
oh my.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try it now. Honestly, we have 10 credits to use on this. Tastes like beer to me. Adam just picked up this Carbach Brewing Company Hella Chella Spicy Cerveza. Oh geez, that was zoomed way in on you.
It's good.
Is it?
I mean, it smells good.
It smells good. Well, what does it taste like? So a very peculiar.
It tastes like I forget what are those called when they put like the spicy stuff in the beer? What is that called? Do you know what they're talking about? I don't know the name of it.
No.
You guys can comment below and let me know. But that's what it tastes like. It tastes like one of those, like they take like a cerveza and they put the spicy stuff in it. I forget what that's called. But anyways, it's good. It's interesting, but it's good.
So I'm actually going to try the Carbach Lemon and Ginger.
Radler.
Yeah, Radler. And we're gonna let Adam try it out first.
Ooh. This is really refreshing. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's like a lemon, and you little bites of spiciness of the ginger. It's really good. I like it.
Wow. Nice. Yeah.
Refreshing.
Up next, Adam is going to try this Texas Honey Cider from Austin East Ciders. So we'll see what he thinks. All right, Adam, let's give it a swig.
All right.
Adam's our beer person now. I might be tapped out on the beer.
We're gonna take that one next. So, as far as ciders go, they're usually pretty sweet, a little tangy, a little tart. It's pretty smooth. It's good. I do get hints of honey and cider.
Wow. It's almost like they named it correctly.
I
or
know.
Something.
It's weird.
You would recommend it, yeah? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
Next up, we're gonna do a sample of the Wicked Juicy Pineapple Coconut IPA.
Oh, I already have it.
Also going to try out this Shiner Cerveza De Verano.
So
Which one is that one, Adam?
This is the Wicked Juicy Pineapple Coconut IPA by Shiner. It smells pretty good. It smells like an IPA. Ooh, that's really good. It's smooth. Usually IPAs have like a bite to them. They're really hoppy. This is really smooth. So it starts with like a really crisp like pineapple taste, and then it ends with like a smooth coconut taste. It's really creamy.
Okay, all right.
That's good. This is really good. A great poolside like drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
We picked the most appropriate backdrop to try out this beverage. So what do we have here? This is the Cerveza De Verano?
Yeah, whatever you
Yeah, the
said.
Shiner?
Shiner makes it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Taking a swig.
It's good. It's interesting. I think I should have cleansed my palate after drinking the IPA, but it's good. I mean, it's actually not that good.
So just so y'all know, I did try some of these beers. I just don't have much to say because beer just kind of tastes like beer to me. The lemon and ginger one was definitely my favorite one. It's the one that actually tasted more like not just a normal beer to me. And keep in mind, I really don't drink beer, so it's kind of hard for me to really know what I'm talking about. But I will say that was probably my favorite one, the lemon and ginger. What was your favorite one?
I think that for originality, the spicy one was probably my favorite one because it was something I haven't tried it before. But like, it was okay. It was a little too spicy, but it was good. It was probably my favorite one to try. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Okay, I can.
And the October Fiesta one that we first started off with was really good. So.
What is that? What is that behind us?
It looks like an orc.
Oh my gosh. So Sweaty Bryant and Adam, we just kind of want to talk about the festival. Just a really quick review of everything. And I think the one thing I want to start out with is once we started to get towards the end, where we were too full on food, I quickly realized that the best value on the pass is the beer. So if you're a beer drinker, that is the perfect pass. These samples, I mean, they're good size, cups.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I will say that I thought the desserts were a good value. I think my favorite food was maybe the meatballs, honestly.
I would say the ribs were probably my favorite. I think seasoning-wise, texture, they were really juicy. I really liked those.
I will say, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I will say you could totally probably get away with two people doing one passport.
Yeah.
Because I still have punches left. I have like a good 6 punches left. I am way too full to eat any more food, and part of being full also makes me not want to drink any more beer because it's warm outside.
It is warm.
So keep that in mind. I know that we basically have a whole nother year before this festival comes back, but it's something to keep in mind because I do think they will plan on bringing it back next year and maybe expanding it. So
well, and I think they're doing something for Christmas too.
Yeah,
they might be doing something for holiday in the park. So keep that in mind. Look at the menu options and see what they have available. Because they may do like cider or something like that for Christmas and whatnot. So keep that in mind. But
and that was something that we were talking to the park president earlier. He made it sound like that wasn't 100% confirmed, but it sounded like they were definitely heading that way.
Yeah.
So that will be another awesome thing. It just adds a whole nother layer of something to do at these parks, and I really love it.
Yeah.
You have any closing remarks, Adam?
I think it was a fantastic event. We really enjoyed the different varieties of food, the beer. I think it fit this section over here perfectly. This time of year is Oktoberfest. So I thought it was a great addition to the park. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and other than the kind of weird food availability situations, I don't really have any complaints. I do kind of wish I was able to try the currywurst, but sometimes that's just going to happen. But overall, really solid event. We're in the Wicked Holo scare zone right now, and as you can see, there's one huge major difference right up ahead of us. They built this humongous statue, and this thing is super cool. So Wicked Holo is in the same area as it was last year, right in front of Bugs Whitewater Rapids. You can kind of see the start of it here. They still have the cart out here and these little entrance deals. So I feel like there's more stuff on this cart than there has been in the past, but maybe not. But I do like them. And of course, the Midnight Museum of the Macabre house actually exits out of this building, so you do exit right into this scare zone. We are over here in Rockville, and we've actually posted a number of photos of this new scare zone, but this is where Infected will be. You can see here on top of Candy Storm, we've got a crazy alien, and we will walk over there in a minute, but there's an alien right here on the main Rockville statue, and he's looking very evil. This, for real though, this scare zone looks really awesome, and I love these huge, monsters that they've created. And you should expect Rock Hill High School to also come back here. They haven't actually put anything up, but I'm sure that's coming here pretty soon within this week. But I did see a humongous spaceship over here, so we're gonna go check that out. here in front of Hustler is a huge spacecraft. So it's getting pretty serious over here with all these aliens. But looks like there's a handprint there. So I don't know what's going on here. It's looking pretty scary. Looks like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people to kind of hide around, and they just kind of theme to the back here. But wow, this is a really cool piece to this scare zone. I really like it. So I can't wait to see it at night with all of the scare actors around. We made our way down to Fiesta Bay Boardwalk, and here is the entrance to Carnival 3D, which is one of the haunted houses. You can see that they've put the entrance back up. They are ready to go over here. And we're actually going to travel down near by the side of Thunder Beach Speedway because we want to point out where the slingshot attraction, Texas Gunslinger, is moving when Daredevil Die Flying Machines comes to the park. So Thunder Beach Speedway, the go-karts, is right here, and your exit to Pandemonium is actually around this corner. So, based off of the information we've been given, the slingshot will actually go right here in this spot. So, I actually think that's going to be great, and it'll fit right in to this area because, you know, this is a boardwalk area, and that is definitely more of like a boardwalk level attraction. It also puts it right next to another paid attraction in the park, so it really does make sense. And as always, the view of the boardwalk from this angle is fantastic. And as we come around this corner of Fiesta Bay Boardwalk back into Rockville, over at the corner of Wonder Woman, we have the Circus Berserkus scare zone. And the idea of putting it in this corner was to kind of make it more, you know, close quarters. And you can see, looks like they pretty much have all their props out for this one. And this did get moved over here last year, so I don't want you to think this is a new location, but here it is. It is ready to go, and we'll flip around once we go through here and take a look at the main sign. There's a spooky clown popping out of a box, but as you flip around, you have your main sign right here. And since we showed you where Texas Gunslinger is moving, we just wanted to point out that Daredevil Die Flying Machines is going in this spot. This is right next to Whistle Stop. We kind of failed to show you earlier, so we were in Fright Fest mode. But they already have the banners up for the new ride, and this is actually going to be the queue line for the new ride. So they're going to take this eating area, which was formerly a queue line for when Wagon Wheel was here, actually move it back a little bit because the ride's going to take up quite a bit of room, more room than what this pad can hold, and this will be the queue line. So we're really not going to see anything going on until after Fright Fest, and the ride is actually not going to be delivered until March of next year, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of prep work before then. But you will be able to enjoy Texas Gunslinger in this location until the end of Fright Fest. And then after Fright Fest, they will actually move this over to the boardwalk where we showed you. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this trip to Fiesta, Texas. As you can see, lots of things have happened since we've been here last. And if you have any questions about anything, please ask in the comments below. Fright Fest is really coming along out here. We only have a few more days and it actually starts. It seems like it starts earlier and earlier at this park, but maybe I'm just crazy. We're very excited. The next time we come out to the park will be during Fright Fest. And that's going to be a jam-packed video with all kinds of stuff. Now keep in mind, I will do a second video later on this week that is kind of a full guide that goes in depth and explains everything about Fright Fest to you. Adam, how was your day?
Today was incredible. We got to ride a few rides, got to taste some amazing food, got to spend some time out the park, walking around, checking out the Fright Fest decorations, take some pictures. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it.
Average amounts of sweating happened?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
temperature-wise, it was hot, but it wasn't like...
It could be way worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be way worse out here.
Spring, or fall. I mean, fall is definitely on its way in. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you saw, we participated in the last Call Summer Festival, and I love the idea. I hope they expand on it next year and kind of make it a bigger deal than it was. It was there, it was great, it just didn't feel like a huge deal, and I hope that maybe, you know, they take the idea, make it a bigger deal, make it more relevant. I think more people will participate and actually enjoy the festival. But with that being said, our day here at Fiesta, Texas is done. We have to drive back to Dallas now. We're kind of crazy. But like I said, any questions you might have, put them in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you guys, answer anything you might be curious about. There will be a couple other videos coming out, some ride spotlights for the Joker Carnival of Chaos. And that video is actually going to show you a walkthrough of the Funhouse Q.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, and we'll also have a video for DC Supervillains Swing since that ride got completely redone. So, we thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon at a theme park.
See you guys later.